What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be discussing how I get such good gas mileage running mud tires. So I run a 33 by 12.5 inch mud tire, which you can tell it's a pretty aggressive cut, I guess, compared to any other regular street tire you run. It's pretty wide, 12.5 wide, where normal tires are probably like 9 inches, 10 inches. Not sure if that's really a better view. There you go. So it's got a lot of ground contact surface. You can tell, I don't know if you guys can see that with the sun, but it's got, just from coming down that little bit of dirt road, it's already got a bunch of rocks stuck in it. So it picks up a lot, it rolls. So usually when people put mud tires on, even if they're not gaining a lift with that as well, they're just switching to mud tires. A lot of trucks can do that, just run some 33s or something. Their gas mileage will go down. And that's a really common thing because they're heavy, they're big, especially if you get 12.5 wides. With the ground contact, it just takes a lot more energy to turn those. So I used to get about 11.5 miles per gallon city, and at best, maybe 15. If I was really, really lucky and going slow, I could get 15 miles per gallon on the highway. But I installed this product, which is a Hypertech Max Energy tuner, and I was able to add, it's actually a performance tune, it's not really an economy tune, but it adjusts so many things that it makes your engine just run more efficient, that I'm now able to reach 20 miles per gallon on the highway, which is incredible. I get 20 miles per gallon on the highway, and I would say somewhere between 16 and 17 city driving. The city that's like this, where it's like country, back roads, I can usually get a lot better gas mileage because I'm going constantly at 45, 55, 65 miles an hour. Or when you're in the city and you're stop and go, it'll go down a little bit, like towards the bottom of the 16s. But it is just so much more efficient with the way the engine turns its power, that just adding that tune and not doing anything differently, I'm able to get 5 more miles per gallon on the highway, which is incredible. I used to fill up maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and this is like fill all the way up with the 21 gallon tank. Now it's not even close to that. I also don't drive as much, but I fill up maybe once, I'd say 3 times every 2 weeks. So not nearly as much, but still a decent, healthy amount. So what this tuner does is it increases just your output in general. It gives you 25, I believe it advertises 25 more horsepower and 25 more torque, which doesn't really sound like a lot. I'd imagine it isn't a lot, but with the 3.7 liter V6, it makes a huge difference. You can like actually feel the difference. If you take the tune off and put it back on, it's like complete night and day. You can also adjust things like the rev limiter, the top speed limiter, which I've never even touched. But another big thing is you can adjust the speedometer. So with the larger the tire size that you put above factory, the wheel speed sensor doesn't know how to adjust for that, so it doesn't adjust for that. So you won't know how fast you're going, basically. And as well, the speedometer doesn't turn the same amount of mileage. So I believe I'm at like 206,000 miles. I probably actually have, I would say like 215 on the vehicle, but because I ran larger tires before these for about 2 years, they weren't as big as this, but they were larger with the SRT wraps. I'll put a picture up here, you guys can see it. So that was off. So my mileage isn't really correct. It's not the worst thing, obviously. It's definitely not like the most truthful thing to do, but it just adjusts that so it's all right. You never know when your oil changes are coming up or like service things. It just throws everything off, so it's hard to keep track. But the big thing was the speedometer. It is so nice to know that when I'm going 60, I'm actually going 60. Before, I was just guessing and trying to do quick math, and it was just not a fun time trying to figure out how fast I'm supposed to be going. Another extremely important thing you can do is you can adjust the fan. So I have a new fan. My fan just died on me 10 months ago, something about that. So I've got a brand new fan that I put in. So you can adjust the cooling fan, just how it runs. And mine is, my vehicle is on, the fan is running. I think I would rather burn through, I think it was like an $80 fan, and then putting it in. I'd rather burn through that than have something go wrong and the motor overheat or anything like that. Plus it just keeps it running healthier, in my opinion. So that's another really big thing, especially if you off-road and you're driving on trails and things like that. If you're like stop and go, if you're going slow, you're not really getting like a whole lot of airflow through there. And with a stock like tune, I guess, the fan won't know to kick in. So with my fan running constantly, it's always keeping the engine as cool as possible. So there's just a lot of good things to have there. And then vehicle diagnostics you can run in clear codes. But I'll put the link, I guess, in the description. But you can see right there, it's part number 52501 for Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. This is for the 3.7, the 4.7, and the 5.7 Hemi. And then obviously it only goes up to years, I guess 04. No, it doesn't, it's not correct. I'll put like more of the information down below so you guys can see a little bit more about them. This is not like sponsored or anything. This is just something that I've come across, and it paid for itself easily within 2 or 3 weeks. So it's probably the best thing that I've done for my Jeep after lifting it. It just keeps everything running so much smoother, and the fuel economy was incredible. I couldn't believe that, and it just gives you more power. It's well worth it, well worth it. I recommended this to tons and tons of people. I've probably sold maybe 10 or 15 of like recommending through eBay of people getting them, and I've not heard one single thing bad about that. It's the best investment I think you can make in a vehicle, especially if you have this Jeep with the smaller 3.7 V6. It's a world of difference, and it's night and day. So I hope this video was informative. I hope to have another video coming to you sometime within this next week, just because I want to start, I guess, making more content. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy passing on my knowledge that I have of certain things. It might be limited, but things that I can help, I try to help with. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash the thumbs up button. It really helps. Don't forget to subscribe. I think we're rolling at like 300 some subscribers. Let's try to get that up to 1,000 by 2019 or something crazy like that. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.